Welcome to the DTFC Side Project Advice channel, where we dive into students' side projects to give them specific advice on how to help them reach their goals. I'm Dan Rodriguez, founder of the Disrupting the Future Coalition, the DTFC. In this video, I get to talk with a student about a global phenomenon that is wreaking havoc across the new generation. This conversation gets very intense and egos are bruised. This video is for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome, Manoj, to the DTFC Side Project Advice channel.
Hi, Dan. It's great to be here.
Great to have you. And I think I'm pretty excited about today's project topic because I've never heard of this before. And I think you sound like you're an expert in this field. So I'm really excited to get you to explain this to myself and the viewers.
Absolutely. Maybe it's because, your generation, you're so old, you might not have heard of phones, but it really is a problem for my generation.
Yep.
I'd even compare it to an epidemic.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can start off by explaining what a phone is.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's even pronounced correctly? There's a PH there, not an F, right?
Yeah, that kind of trips some people up sometimes, but it's just one of those things you have to remember, right? The PH is just makes a fuss sound. So.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a silent H, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So pone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be familiar with that.
Oh, yeah. So, getting on to the project. I think if we start off with a problem statement, I would say I want to solve the problem of having the phone or pone fall on your face when you're lying down using it. Again, like I said, this is a problem you might not be familiar with because of your age, but for anyone who's under the age of 50, they could probably tell this is a problem that's it's affecting quite a few people, and it mainly hurts people when they're on their back, lying down trying to browse their phone. Not so much when you're sitting up. A possible solution that I thought of could be creating a device that can hold your phone instead of having to use your own hands. So kind of like a tripod stand, which can hold it up over you. That way you can just relax, sit back and have your phone right above you. And you can just touch it when you need to. You don't have to keep holding it on. The reason this is a good solution is because it limits the use of your hands altogether. That way you won't become fatigued, and it kind of eliminates the chance of your phone just crashing on your face, breaking a few bones, causing a black eye, all the good stuff.
So, just to make sure that I'm clear on this, is this a problem that your entire generation is having right now?
Oh yeah, my generation, maybe even the generation before me, and for sure the generation after me.
Definitely. Yeah, I just wanted to be clear because I'm assuming that now they've elected you as their representative, so that this entire discussion will be on their behalf.
Yeah, for sure. We signed a contract and everything.
Perfect.
So they know.
Okay, cool. All right. So why did you decide to take on this project?
Like I said before, right, this is pretty much an epidemic for anyone in my generation. And it's a problem that I struggle with every day. Not the crashing part. Luckily, I don't get a broken nose every day, but for sure in the past, I've gotten quite a few of these moments where the phone just fell and it hit me right in the face. It woke me up, luckily, but from my hours of browsing. But I wouldn't consider that a positive in this case when you have a bleeding nose or a black eye. And not just me, a lot of my friends, they've also talked about this problem, coming to school, sharing horror stories about, a few hours into watching a movie and then, they almost ended up at the hospital. So it's a pretty sad tale. I thought, I could take on this project, maybe solve the problem of a generation. These don't come that often, these problems. And now that we have one, we can work towards solving it. Some people call climate change the problem of our generation. I would put this at least a few pegs above that. Climate change might be here for a while. Who knows if anyone will even do anything about it? Elon Musk, that's his problem. But this problem's actually for my generation. So if we can nip this in the bud, we can save future generations from the same fate.
So would you say that you're considered a hero among your peers for even taking on this project? Because it sounds like you're saving lives.
I wouldn't want to toot my own horn, but I've heard the term hero thrown around quite a bit in this context. So you could call it that. I just think I'm just someone who tried to make a difference.
And that's all anyone can ask, right?
Yep, exactly. Um, so based on this, we can consider the target market anyone in my generation, or anyone who has a phone, really, right? Because it's not just us who want to relax. You know, some people who might be older, you know, like close to your age, when their bones are falling apart, they can't really sit up that long. Lying down is the best option they have. So this could become a pretty good use for you people as well. You know.
Can you maybe define for us what you mean by you people?
Oh, just any one of your age group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to be clear because I'm assuming the viewers at home are going to want to know about this, right?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. You know, and if they're, you know, if they're even on their phones right now, you know, like they might just be using you know, their computers, you know, Windows 95 or something to get on this. But in the event that they are actually using a phone to watch this, they can rest assured that this is for them too. We don't discriminate on age here. You know, we're not ageist. So
Absolutely. So I
exactly.
mean, just so we can make sure that I understand the problem here, because I personally have never experienced this. Um, but I guess what I'm trying to understand is, are you saying that people of your generation are getting smacked in the face by their phones on a daily basis?
Yeah, you know, you couldn't tell it because you know, we're pretty handsome generation. You know, you might not even notice it because if it happens to you, it's not going to change much on your face. But for us, it makes quite a big impression, literally, on our faces.
So are
So
you?
we got to be careful about that.
So is that why your face looks like that right now?
Yeah, yeah. I've suffered this recently, so you know, I'm still in the healing process. Not looking my best right now, but you know, it's I had to come out here, put a brave face on, and try and give a show. So currently we're looking at existing versions of the solution. So that was step one. And while we did find some versions that, you know, could mitigate the problem, we didn't find one that actually had the vision that we were looking for, which includes a portability aspect to it, something that's compact that you can bring around with you, and it looks nice. You know, you don't want to just have an ugly tripod standing over your head the whole time, right? You want it to look nice. Like if you're camping somewhere or you're, you know, you might be out on the beach, you want to look like a loser, right? No one wants that.
I
So
mean, there's nothing worse than looking like a loser and getting smacked in the face with your phone at the same time.
exactly, because then you are a loser then, right? There's nothing else left. You look like one, you've acted like one, you just are one at that point.
Exactly.
This is a solution that can help both socially and you know, in a functional sense as well. And then yeah, using that, we're trying to see what we can improve upon, right? So like I said before, the existing solutions, they're not that portable and they don't look that nice, right? They look pretty ugly actually, kind of disappointing. So to improve on that, we can make a sleek portable design, um, that's a phone. It contains a phone holder in it, you know, similar to a tripod holder. And if you're familiar with it, right, if you drive a car, which you probably do, um, they have GPS holders on them, right? You can get a GPS holder for your GPS to stick it to your window on your dashboard. Similar to that, we want to have a holder for our phones, attached to like a tripod like stand. Obviously looking nice, you know, beautiful looking stand, and have it hang right over you, right? So you can just look up and look at your phone.
Right. And obviously it would have to be very secure to make sure that there's no drop. Because I mean, dropping it from your hand to your face, which to be honest, I still don't completely understand, but that compared to dropping it from a tripod to your face, like I'm assuming that could be fatal.
Oh yeah, for sure. And again, like I said before, right? For our generation, it's like we get hit in the face, and we look terrible after, right? And we take a tripod to the face, it's even worse. You might end up with like an actual hole in your face. Again, like I wouldn't expect you to understand these problems, right? These are kind of problems of, you know, people of our generation. So
Yeah.
people who actually have to look forward to you know, looking good and looking good for the people outside.
Yeah, exactly. Kid stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, kid stuff, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from this, so our process for making these above decisions in the plan, we're looking at three main factors. So the first one is, does a currently existing solution already exist, right? So do we have something out there in the market that can we can leverage or we can get inspired off of? And like I said, there were options which had some fun, like it had the same functionality we wanted, but it didn't have the look or the feel that we wanted. So we said, okay, let's leverage off of that, right? And then using that, we thought, how can we make it better? Innovation is really the name of the game here, right? So portability, compactability, and appearance-wise, these are the three things we want to fix, right? And add on to the existing versions. And then the last factor was, how tangible would this be, right? How possible is it to create a prototype with the resources that we have available? And if we want to make it using household items, right, we actually could end up making a prototype with household items. And it's not a far-fetched idea to be able to go to the university, talk to the mechanical engineering department there, get something ready, an early prototype in developments.
Do you think that the people at the university would question why you're getting smacked in the face so often that this is a problem to solve?
I mean, maybe like the old ones. I don't think anyone there above, in my age group would even question it. They'd be thanking me, right? They'd be like, wow, you should be getting the grants, not us.
I guess some of the questions that I have are in terms of your actual solution. And I mean, I'm curious to understand what the different options you were thinking of, because I can think of at least a few different solutions based on the information that you just shared with us. So maybe I'll start there. My first suggestion, which would be, well, in the form of a question, which is, Anuj, do you go to the gym by chance?
I do.
I do. Okay, perfect. Have you ever worked out shoulders?
I have, yeah. I'm pretty proud of my shoulders, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I think you've probably gone maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
Have you ever done maybe deadlifts or anything that might have trained like your grip strength?
I do chin ups and pull ups, yeah. Not as much deadlifting anymore,
Yeah,
I got tired. I was still good at it. I was like, why take it away from other people?
Yeah.
Let them have that.
Well, I was gonna say, I think you're a little young for that. So yeah, deadlifts a little bit more for like the stronger generation. There's people that can kind of handle holding their phones, which I mean, I guess that's a pretty strong correlation, right? You've never done deadlifts. Next thing you know, your phone's dropping out of your hand. It's hitting you in the face. I mean,
yeah, maybe actually.
I guess my point here is maybe if you just went to the gym a couple times, this would never be a problem for you.
You know what? That could be a solution, but I mean, then again, who wants to actually go to the gym? Like, it's so much work, right? I mean, looking at the weather outside, who wants to go to the actual gym, get a membership, pay that monthly, have to get there, get back, and even getting a home gym, it's too much work.
Sure.
Just do a few push-ups every once in a while, a lunge or two. You're good to go.
Right. So, I mean, I think what you're getting at there is a good point, is that in the world of engineering and designing products, there's trade-offs, right? So, I mean, sure, you could solve this phone drop face by maybe going to the gym, but if it's that much work, I mean, like, where do you draw the line, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's opportunity cost, right? I mean, on one hand, you go to the gym, okay, you might solve the issue. We don't even know if you do, right?
Right.
You've sacrificed time, money, you're tired, right? And you're stronger apparently, right? Does that even make sense? I don't know. And on the other hand, if you don't go to the gym or don't do any of that and use the product, you can get all the benefits without any of the negatives I just listed, right? Don't even have to lift a finger unless you want to, touch your screen, but.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I think that makes sense. So yeah, we'll definitely scrap that solution. I had another idea, and I mean, I think maybe this is kind of similar to your tripod idea, but those mobiles that they have for like infants, where like the thing just kind of rotates around.
Yeah.
Like talking about your generation, that just kind of naturally made me think about this, about babies and like how they solve their problems of like lack of attention. And then again, I thought about your generation and thought, okay, maybe there's some solution we could use here that combines those two aspects that I'm sure you guys are familiar with based on your less suboptimal age. I don't know if that's the correct term or not, but yeah, do you know what I mean? Like maybe we can hang the phone from one of these mobiles and it just kind of sits there for you, and you never have to experience this phone drop face.
Yeah, actually, that sounds like a pretty cool solution as well. The problem with that, right, is that if we're using phones that your generation uses, like Nokia's and the heavy bricks, in the event that it falls from its hanger, you just get that's a brick in the face from an even larger distance.
I'm gonna have to get one of my students to pull up the stats on the fatalities from this because I thought this was just a global phenomenon, but for the younger generation. I didn't know this was also affecting some of the older folks that are carrying these bricks around in their pockets, right?
Yeah, and the media's covering it up, man. They don't want you to know. They don't want this to come out. It's unfortunate, but that's the world of fake news, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad I'm speaking to someone that's as experienced as you to be able to provide this kind of insight. I mean, I'm sure the viewers at home are sitting there wondering, why are we talking about this? Why are we going down this route? And I mean, I think you're making it as clear as day that this is a serious issue and it needs to be taken seriously. So, do you have any final comments here or final last questions? I mean, I know you were looking for my insights into this specific side project that you're working on. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity for you. I really think employers are going to be excited to see you solving this kind of problem because I think there's more and more young people going into business, starting companies, and the opportunity they're going to see through this venture that you've taken on. I think the sky's the limit for you.
Exactly. This product, and do you know anyone, your friends, family, would they use this product? Can you think of any potential features we could add to this that we haven't already thought of? Because feedback's always really important. You always want to get feedback from a target audience, especially when you're designing a product or service. You just need to make sure you're getting everyone's input. All the stakeholders need to be addressed.
Absolutely. So, I mean, to address your first question, for sure, I have zero friends. Oh, sorry. Let me finish that.
Oh no, I believe that. No, I get
Yeah,
that.
let me
Yeah.
finish that sentence there. I have zero friends that have experienced this, or they're covering it up. So, I mean, either way, I'm not aware of this. But I agree with your idea of feedback, 100%. We should go talk to the customers out there. So, I mean, I'd be very excited to see all the other Gen Zers or millennials that are out there that are experiencing this, and you need to talk to them for sure. Like, address
Yeah.
your target market, make sure this product is really solving that problem for them. Because I mean, that is, like you said, it's an epidemic. There's people dying out there, right?
Exactly.
There's diseases like COVID, and then there's phone drop face, right? I mean, I don't want to have to look at the stats to compare them, but I mean, I think it's safe to say that it's I think we both know what the truth is.
Yeah. And you know what, Dan? Maybe you can go out and talk to your people, in a language they understand. I don't speak dinosaur. I think you might be able to, use stones and sticks to show it to them. But spread the word to even your people, your generation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been trying to learn to communicate like some of the younger people out there, where I just like show these emotion cons. Is that what it's called? Emotion cons?
Emojis, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, there you go. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about them. I don't really understand them. I don't really see that anyone in my generation would be able to communicate like that. But I think definitely I can reach out to people in my generation and definitely find out if this is a real phenomenon or whether this is a millennial induced fake news.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks, Anush. Really appreciate your time in educating us on this very serious and potentially fatal issue. So, I mean, again, you're doing great work in trying to solve this problem, and I really hope that you can come up to a solution because, I mean, we're losing kids on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we need them, right? The kids are the future, is what I was.
Exactly. Exactly. This could really put a damper on the population pyramid of the coming years.
Exactly. So yes, thanks for joining us, and yeah, well, hopefully you'll be back on soon to share some updates on your progress with the side project.
Thank you so much for having me, Dan. I'll make sure, if I'm still alive, that we absolutely get the word out even more, right? If I get my first prototype running and I'm still in one piece, then I'll definitely be here.
Sounds good. Thanks, Anush.
Awesome. Okay, take care, Dan.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the DTFC's Side Project Advice channel.